Alright, boom. We're back here again with Chief and None. You know the vibes. Got some more FM action for you. This is part 2 of our Cristiano Ronaldo simulation. Seeing if the created Ronaldo we made can outdo the legend in the game. So the date is 1st of July 2034. And Cristiano Ronaldo should now be 31 years old. So we're going to have a look and see how he's doing. So as you can see, Cristiano Ronaldo is still at Man City. The Man City bought him young and kept him his whole career seemingly, because he doesn't have that many years to go. At 31 years old, probably only has a few good years left in him. But he's now played 167 times for Portugal, scored 109 goals. So he's actually outdone the legend in goals for Portugal, scoring 5 more than the legend who had 104 in 190 odd games. So he still has about 30 games to surpass the legend in terms of appearances, but 30 games in about 4 or 5 years left of his career, I think he can make it. So personality wise, he hasn't really improved at all, which, judging by the previous experiment we did, I thought he would come on quite a bit and actually reach a level of perfection is similar to Ronaldo, but it doesn't seem like he made any improvements in that category actually. So looking at his player traits, he's actually picked up another one, which is runs with ball down right. So that's not one that I assigned to him at the start of the save. So he's picked up an increase in frequency when he decides to run with the ball down the right, but he always plays on the left, so that's quite interesting. So let's jump into the meat and bones. So we left him here and he scored 24 goals in 38 games in the league, so that was a good season, his best goal scoring season actually for Man City in the league. Wonder if he was playing up front that season, but in all competitions he scored 38 goals in 63 games and 11 assists, so actually a really good return. Probably his best season to date at 28 years old. So at 28 he really peaked. Then moving on to the next season, 29 years old, he scored 15 goals, so back to his regular 15 goals in 36 games and 23 and 53 in all competitions. So that's his sort of level. I think he must have been playing left wing again here rather than this season in 2031-32 where he's probably playing up front, but we'll have a look at the tactics in a second. And then the season just gone, he scored 13 goals in 31 games, 14 and 44 in all competitions and only 9 assists. So again, not really productive on the continent. As you can see, that's what let him down. On the continent, he drew a blank. He played in the games, was probably either very effective, or I can't even call him very effective. He was decent, just decent, maybe a decoy, but he just couldn't get it done on the continent. As you can see here, Mbappe's now playing up front, so he's no longer playing wide right, but Ronaldo's still playing out on the left. But looking at his positioning, he's now got attacking midfielder right central. So perhaps one of the previous managers in the past couple of seasons played him more centrally, which is why he'd started to run down on the right hand side. So jumping into milestones here, let's have a look at the landmarks. So he's won a few more bits and pieces. So from 2031, he won the Emirates FA Cup, Carabao Cup, FA Cup again, Community Shield and the Europa League. So he hasn't added to his Champions League medals, but he's added a Europa League. But that's not good enough in comparison to the legend he's trying to surpass. Not good enough at all. So individually, he hasn't been able to get over the line again. In 2031, his best goal scoring year, he was World Player of the Year runner-up, Ballon d'Or runner-up, named in the Team of the Year, won the Golden Boot in the Premier League, Best Player in Europe, Golden Shoe runner-up. So he wasn't able to get over the line by virtue of playing more games than Carlos Cassiano, but that's as close as he got to the Golden Shoe. Supporters Player of the Year this year as well, but he got really close to the Ballon d'Or. He came second in the voting, which, looking at the start of his career, you'd expected a lot more, but as it progressed, we thought he'd never get close to it. So second isn't the worst result in the world. Again, a couple of runners-up medals to add. runners up in the Community Shield, runners up in the Super Cup, third place in the Nations League, and the third place in the World Cup, which we'd seen before. And again, as mentioned, in 2033, he broke the Portugal record for the most goals, gained his 105th goal, surpassing the legend. So taking a look at his biography, again, it makes for great reading. He is truly one of world football's global superstars. Phenomenal 21 competitions. It just pales in comparison to the man he was trying to outdo. And that's what the problem is. He's won the league 3 times, he's won 2 Nations Leagues, and he's won 2 Champions Leagues. But it's just not close enough and not good enough to what we were trying to achieve with him. And again, just no Ballon d'Or. Runner-up in the Ballon d'Or, runner-up in the Golden Shoe, runner-up in the Golden Ball in the World Cup. Just always the bridesmaid, never the bride for him, it seems. But he did win the 2 European Golden Boys, which is quite impressive. So looking at the legend, got a slight pay rise again. He's now earning 11.75. He's still assistant manager at Juve. So it'd be interesting to see if, as we go along, because we've got another 9 years to go in this simulation, whether or not he'll make the move to manager for another team, or whether or not he'll become caretaker if the manager at Juventus gets the sack. But it's nice to see him still in the game at least. So looking at the Ballon d'Or, seen Erling Haaland win his 4th Ballon d'Or now. Then a couple of regions have taken over. Jefferson Guzman and also Silvio Vincino won it this year, and I think it was 2031. Yep, it was behind Haaland that Ronaldo finished. Even though he played more games, got an extra goal, got 1 assist, worse average rating. So it kind of makes sense why he didn't win the Ballon d'Or, but this was his year to win it. This was his year. Could have got over the line with it. I mean, he's way too late now, I believe, to try and win 6. He'd need to have incredible seasons from 31 to 37. And I just don't see it happening. So in Portugal, as you can see, there was a period of domination by Porto. But in 2032, Benfica finally got back to the top of the heap with Porto falling to 3rd. That was, manager definitely got sacked for that one. And then they're back in the top of the heap with them and Benfica swapping places, and Sporting continuing on in 2nd place. So in La Liga, Real Madrid won it back to back, Barcelona coming 2nd, Atletico back to 3rd, and then Barcelona have won it this year with Real Madrid dropping into 2nd. So again, there hasn't been a team to eclipse the top 2 here since Atletico did it before the save started. So it's just consistent domination from Barcelona and Real Madrid. And in Serie A, a period of domination for Lazio. They won 4 times in a row, so they won 2 of the last 3. They finished first ahead of Roma. That would have been tough for Roma to take, big crosstown rivals. But then Juventus finally made it back to the top of the heap with their first title since the legend retired, with Lazio dropping into 2nd. The Lazio really dominated this league pretty much, this whole simulation. They've won 7 of the 15, so just under half, but much more than Inter and much more than Juventus. So they've really dominated the years so far. And in the Premier League, there is no Man City. 29-30 was their last title, but we had Tottenham winning again twice, and then Chelsea winning another title. So it's interesting to see Tottenham. I'm not sure. Well, it might have been under the pupillage of Pep, because Pep was their manager for a little while. So he could have been leading them to glory, because they really come on strong. They won a couple of Champions Leagues. They won their 4th title. I'm sure Tottenham fans out there will be loving this. As you can see, they've had a few different managers. So they actually won the Champions League with Jose Mourinho, and he got sacked. Ancelotti also won them the Champions League. Jesus won them nothing. Wayne Burnett, interim manager, won them nothing. Pep Guardiola won them the Champions League and the Premier League. He won them 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Premier Leagues and the Champions League. Then Poch has come in, won them the Champions League as well, and won them the Premier League. As you can see, Real Madrid have won 2 of the last 3 Champions Leagues, and Tottenham beat Arsenal, their crosstown rivals, in Cardiff, so on the UK shores as well. That would have been a good game. The Tottenham have really been some of the stars of the show, really. They've had periods of success under multiple managers, really. You can't say it's down to one specific manager. That was one with Mourinho, Ancelotti. They got one with Pep, and now one with Pochettino as well. And in the Nations League, we had Spain winning it. I think this is the one we just seen in the last save. But then Italy, finally back at the top of the heap of an international tournament. They won in 2033 with Turkey. That's a nice second place there from Turkey. Wonder if they got some new regions to spark them into life internationally. And third place, England. And the big story here, 2032, Italy getting over the line finally. Their first European title since 1968. They had obviously the 2 second place finishes we'd seen, but another 2 prior to the save in real life. But again, Turkey with the runners-up medal. The Turkey must have some really good regions that they're relying on to shoot them to victory. Well, I mean, close to victory anyway. And as it's a World Cup year and it's still July, we're in the midst of the tournament. As you can see, our man Ronaldo's still in it. He's going to be facing Italy in the 3rd round. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get over the line with a World Cup winner's medal to add to his haul. So now we're going to fast forward again and see what the world is like in 2037. So the date is 2037 and we are now 18 years into our simulation. Our man Ronaldo is 34 years old. Have a look on how he's doing. So as you can see, our man Ronaldo is still at Man City. His value's now dropped. He's still got a contract till next year, but he's earning a little bit less now. 750 now dropping to 575 on the decline of his career. He has now played 201 games for Portugal, so eclipsing Ronaldo's record and just increasing his goal tally. I don't think that'll ever be topped again. 126 goals is absolutely insane. And he's no longer considered a legendary attacking midfielder. He's now just a world-class attacking midfielder. So looking at his career stats, he had an up year by his standards, scoring 18 goals in 38 games in the league and 30 and 64 in all competitions. Then he had, I guess, the new normal, scoring 12 goals in the past 2 years in the league, 25 in 58 last season, and 15 and 55 in all competitions this season. So this is real down year. So his first real down year. Even continentally just not performing, which is the big stage that the legend used to perform on. So that's one of the big differences between the two of them. Just the mentality to exceed on the global stage, should we say. So looking at the competitions now, he's won another Carabao Cup and a FA Cup, and he got close to another Champions League, which would have been his 3rd, but they could only get the runners-up medal there. Then he won the Community Shield, runners-up in the FA Cup, another Carabao Cup and FA Cup. So he's a domestic cup specialist, as Man City seem to be in this game, but nothing on the international stage and nothing on the continental stage. And awards wise, he has finally done it. He has risen to the top of the ranks. He won himself a Ballon d'Or. So we had I'm not even going to pretend to be able to pronounce that last bit, but he won it, a regen. Then our man, Cristiano Ronaldo, top of the pile with his 33 goals, 64 appearances and 12 assists. Absolutely well deserved at 32 years old. And he finally done it. We've finally seen him win a Ballon d'Or. I mean, Ronaldo still won, or the legend still won 6 Ballon d'Ors. So he's a way off that. But you need to start somewhere. You got one on the board. Still only 33, 34. Maybe you can squeeze out another one, maybe 2. I mean, our Ronaldo won it at, 37 years old? 36 years old. So crazy things have happened. But Santi, one of Tottenham's regions, winning the one this year. And for the legend, he's still at Juventus as the assistant manager. Again, slight pay rise again. But no movements, it seems, towards becoming a manager. He's pretty happy to just stick it out. as the number 2 on the bench. So after losing the title to Benfica, Porto have now won it 4 times in a row. And in the 2034-35 season, we had Guimarães, Vitória Sport Club, coming in 2nd place. That's their highest finish that I can see since their 3rd place finish almost 10 years ago. So that's a great achievement for them there. Wonder where Benfica finished that year. They dropped off from 3rd even. And again, in La Liga, Real Madrid won twice in a row before Barcelona came through and took another title. But they're just swapping around now. And Atletico have really re-established himself as the 3rd best team in the land. So again, Lazio establishing themselves as the best team in Italy, winning 3 in a row, with Inter coming 2nd in all 3 years. The Lazio are really the powerhouses in Italy now. And in the Premier League, a couple of English clubs have just been dominating. Tottenham won the league first year since we left it. Then Chelsea have come through and won it twice, with Chelsea finishing 2nd when Tottenham won, and Tottenham finishing 2nd when Chelsea won. Again, Man City, yes, they can manage as 3rd, but it's just not good enough really for the amount of money they've spent, the players they've had. Mbappe, Ronaldo's, 2 of the best players in the game. Just not good enough. And in the Champions League, Lazio finally got over the mark. So they were the team that beat Man City. So all their Italian domination has finally turned into a Champions League success. And they're actually the first Italian team to win it in 15 years. That's a really impressive feat there. And they won it in the Italy final, of course. Then Real Madrid won and Barcelona won, with Tottenham again getting close. And in the Nations League, Spain came back to win their title from Italy, and then Italy came back to hit them again when Spain were trying to go back to back. And the European Football Championship, Italy retained. They went back to back, no Drake, and beat Belgium in the final. So now they don't seem like they want to let go of the title they've now won again. And in the World Cup, which was underway when we left it, Germany got back to the top of the heap for the first time in 20 years, beating Brazil, who've had to wait even longer since their last title. Will we see Brazil win it again before the end of the simulation? Now we're really moving into the twilight of Cristiano Ronaldo's career, 34 to 37. Hopefully he's still in the game and he hasn't hung up his boots yet, but time will tell. So we're going to fast forward now 3 years and see where he's at. So the date is 1st of July 2040. We are now 21 years into the simulation. We're going to have a check on Cristiano Ronaldo, see how he's doing. And there we have it. Cristiano Ronaldo has retired and decided not to stay in football. So he retired this year actually at 37 years old. Taking a look at that, he's played 207 games for Portugal, scoring 131 goals. But at the end of the 2038 season, he actually got himself a move to Barcelona. But what did he win? So let's have a look at this in great detail. So he won La Liga with Barcelona, 2 Nations Leagues, Club World Cup, 2 Champions Leagues, Europa League, Portuguese Cup, that Copa del Rey, Barcelona, FA Cup Specialist, won it 6 times, Carabao Cup Specialist 5 times, Community Shield Specialist 6 times, and 3 Premier Leagues. Did he get another Ballon d'Or? Looks like he just had the 1 Ballon d'Or. But that is it for Ronaldo. I think it's safe to say, based on the fact, 1, he hasn't stayed in the game of football, but also 2, he just didn't score the amount of goals. It's clear that the legend's career can't be simulated. It's not even possible in a video game. Some of the stuff he's done in real life is just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible, and you just have to take your hat off to Ronaldo. Literally one of the greatest players of all time. Whether or not you rate him over Messi or you rate Messi more than him, you have to just bow your head at just greatness. Absolute greatness. But having a look at his move to Barcelona, I don't think he actually went for any money. Did he join for free? Yep, so he made a free transfer from Man City to Barcelona. They spent a whole bunch that season, 240 million. So the legend, still at Juventus, still an assistant manager. I think he's 6 here. I mean, we'll still fast forward another 3 years and see if he makes a move anywhere. But 55 years old, I think he's comfortable. He might just play out his days as assistant manager and then swan off into the sunset. So in the Portuguese league, Porto again, another 2 years of domination. Then Benfica finally made it back to the top of the heap with their first title in almost 8 years. They'd have been satisfied with that. And in La Liga, Real Madrid won 2 titles in a row before Barcelona finally got back to the top of the heap and won a title with Ronaldo in the team. It's quite interesting that Ronaldo actually played for the direct rivals of Man United and then went to Spain, played for direct rivals of Barcelona. Almost as if the preference and long-term plans mean nothing in the game. And in Serie A, some more Lazio domination, with Milan finally make it back to the top of the heap since 2011-10, so 27 years between titles. That is absolutely insane. Then a couple of second place finishes as well, with Lazio not finishing outside the top 2 in a while. Been 10 years of Lazio finishing first or second. That's incredible. And in the Premier League, City came second the season Ronaldo left, with Chelsea winning another title, going 3 in a row, 3-peat. And then City back to dominating ways, winning 2 in a row with Chelsea coming second. So it took for Ronaldo to leave for City to finally make it back to the top of the heap. Interesting. And in Champions League, Tottenham had a 3-peat of runners-up medals. I mean, that must have hurt, but the fact that you always get into the final shows how good of a team they have become in the game. But it was a Spanish trilogy. The Barcelona won it, Madrid won it, and then Atletico won it, their first title. And then Man City finally made it back to the top of the heap, again without Ronaldo. So Ronaldo leaves and they start to prosper again. And in the Nations League, Spain have now become record holders with their 4th Nations League title. And again, they won it from England, with Belgium finishing 3rd in the one they hosted. And in the Euros, we're in the midst of a tournament, but the holders Italy have already been knocked out, so they won't be retaining, so it'll be interesting to see who wins now. In the 2038 World Cup, Spain, again beating England, won the World Cup. So it was held in South Africa again, so Spain are the only team to win the World Cup in South Africa. So they are South African specialists. Interesting. And in the Ballon d'Or, Santi has absolutely dominated proceedings, winning 4 in a row for the first time since the 2 big boys, Ronaldo and Messi, were dominating the Ballon d'Or. I haven't seen this sort of domination in a while. So Santi having a whale of a time. But at 31, his best years might be behind him now, but we'll see if he can win it in the next simulation as well, because we've still got 3 years to go. We'll play out the 24 years even without the legend, and then we'll run down. So let's progress 3 years. So we're back. The year is 1st of July 2043. It's been 24 years since we started the simulation now. And as you know, Cristiano Ronaldo has now retired. So the first thing we're going to check on is the legend and see where he's at. So the legend is still at Juventus, but as sneakily predicted, he did have a stint as caretaker manager. So he finally got the top job, albeit for a short while before being reverted back to an assistant manager. And he's got a slight pay rise as well at 14k. But it seems he's just happy in his number 2 position. So in the Ballon d'Or, the Santi run was finally ended by Ander Garcia, with Sebastian Quode then coming through to win 2 in a row. And in the Portuguese league, Benfica won 2 in a row before Porto came back to win their first again, and Benfica then got them again with another title. So Benfica back in the race properly, and it looks like they're back to splitting the title between them now. And in La Liga, again, similar story. Barcelona and Real Madrid just splitting the title. Although in 2039-40, Atletico did get second, actually, and in 37-38. But again, it's pretty straightforward. Barcelona and Real Madrid win the title. And in Serie A, Lazio just absolutely dominate proceedings. They have just been completely dominant. Led by Thomas Tuchel. The Tuchel won them 4 leagues and 5 cups. Conte won them 4 leagues and 6 cups. Yardim won them 5 leagues and 5 cups. And they also got one under Ursan Yanal as well. So, essentially, and they got one under Simone Inzaghi. So essentially, only one manager didn't win them a title, and he was just a caretaker manager. So if you had the caretaker managers, every manager who's come in has at least won them a title. That is quite impressive. Only one managed to get them Champions League though, which is Antonio Conte, but they have been extremely impressive in this game. And in the Premier League, we saw a period of domination from Man City. This is the type of domination we were expecting with Cristiano Ronaldo. They won 4 in a row before Chelsea came back to win back their title, the first time in 5 years. But it's been a while since we've seen Man United. Arsenal haven't had a sniff except for second, and Liverpool have been really poor since 23-24. Really, that was the last time they got to the top of the heap. And in the Champions League, Tottenham got their revenge. Finally won a title for the first time in 7 years. They beat Lazio in the final, and then Man City came back with another Champions League title before Real Madrid won again, and Tottenham went back to their normal second place, runners-up. Spain cemented their place as the best in the Nations League again, another victory, with France winning the one in 2041. That's 5 times now for Spain. Absolutely dominant. Portugal haven't had a sniff for years now. And in the European Football Championships, Netherlands finally got over the line, with Austria, when they hosted it, getting a nice second place finish. That's a really nice finish from Austria. And in the World Cup of 2042 in Russia, Chile are the World Cup champions, with Switzerland runners up. That is what I absolutely love about Football Manager. Eventually, anyone can actually win the game. And there we have it. 24 years in an attempt to re-simulate Cristiano Ronaldo's career, we have failed spectacularly. And the reason we failed spectacularly is because it's so hard to replicate. I mean, the player we created won a Ballon d'Or, won 2 Champions Leagues, won multiple Premier Leagues, won La Liga, won cups in all the countries he played in, won 2 Nations League, top goal scorer and top appearances for his nation. However, it's just not Ronaldo. It's just too hard to do. I mean, what more can you say? We'll see if we can re-simulate some other careers. I've definitely enjoyed this re-simulation, and thank you for joining me on this journey. We'll see you again soon for more FM re-simulations and more FM experiments. Thanks for joining. Peace.